Thank you all for joining me again for yet another live. Let's get into the chat. Love Like You Are said, I hope Cordell is happy with his choices because they cussing the hell out of OBJ and praying on his downfall for the upcoming season. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know what's going on with Cordell. I don't know what's going on with my baby. I'm so disappointed. Miss Brown Chicken said, hey, Nikki, hey, Star fam in the islands. Hey. Yes, and speaking of the islands, shout out to all our Star fam who are, dealing with, I cannot pronounce the name of that storm, but dealing with the catastrophe of that and the aftermath. We pray that all is well and that at some point the people and politicians take climate change seriously, because that should not be happening to you guys. But hearts, prayers, thoughts, and love go out to all of you guys. And we hope that you all are safe, as John has said. Miss Brown Sugar said, the producers put their all in the Casa Amor. They sure did mayhem this time. Casa girls were handpicked to catch the eyes of the Villa boys. Meanwhile, the Villa girls were sent trouble. Britt, GK, and some kids. Yeah, they did the damn thing with this one. Miss Roshika said, you are so right, John. I was just talking about the show, but hope our Star fam and their loved ones are safe after Beryl, I think. Thank you, Miss Brown Sugar. Love Like You Are said, Liv is going to tear Cordell and Aaron up. Oh, she sure is. Hey, Jessica said, ciao. Oh my goodness. Me and my sister were watching this and we were screaming at the TV. Hey, Alicia. Megan said, hey, y'all, I kind of like Sierra and Miguel. She does look like Celie and Rihanna. She does. I like them together too. Sarah said, listen, I support Cordell, but he took it too far. That's what I was saying. I was just like, oh, you're taking it too far. Day 2 and you're taking her to bed? Absolutely not. I agree. Shamiko said, big night, Nikki. And Chad, hope everyone had a great Wednesday. Thank you for being here, Shamiko. Hey, Eva. Indigo Girl said, did they already show today's episode? There's not an episode today. I think the next episode is Thursday. Catherine said, hi, everyone. So excited for this recap. Let me just make sure. Because I thought that they said when I was watching it and on Thursday. Today's not Thursday, right? Today is Wednesday. I'm telling you, when I'm in LA, I don't know what day it is. Today's Wednesday. Yes. July 2nd. Yeah. So there's no episode tonight. Which is weird. You would think there wouldn't be an episode on the 4th of July. I would think they would put an episode tonight, not put an episode on the 4th of July, and then put an episode on Friday. But it is what it is. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Eva said, I don't think Cordell did anything wrong yet. Ryan said, I've been wanting to talk about Love Island all day, and no one at my job has watched it. Ciao. Spency said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, I missed the last live, but here for this hot mess, we need to talk. Fair men. Indigo said, it's not out yet, Central Time. No, the next episode is Thursday, right? Yeah, I just checked the website. It's Thursday. Christina said, hi, Nikki, this season keeps getting better and better. It's America's best season thus far. Sarah said, Aaron couldn't wait to kiss another girl. A man that could just say anything is so dangerous. I will say this. We'll talk about it more in the chat, but I never thought that he liked Kaylor the way that Kaylor liked him. Spency said, somebody said the men look like muscular men with baby faces. They absolutely do, especially Jalen. And the girl said, hey, Nikki and everybody. Hey, sis. Olivia said, Serena is for my girls with commitment issues. Cordell proved her fears right. Yep. Ryan said, when I heard about the movie night, that alone solidified that this is the best reality TV show ever, because that's a crazy concept. Oh, it's going to get messy. Spency said, the preview for Thursday episode has my jaw dropped. Yeah. And I hope what they alluded to actually didn't happen, because Cordell is done. Jasmine said, hey, I'm not mad at Cordell. And Serena said she moved slow. He didn't. LOL. Oop. He didn't. LOL. Ooh, messy. Maybe she is his real pace. Yikes. Probably. Love Like You Are said, Daya's mom is fighting for her life online. I feel bad for her. Yeah, I know that girl is getting dragged. I mean, but listen, ma'am, your daughter, yikes. Poor performance on TV, especially on a show that's girl power, or at least this season. Bad timing for her. Indigo said the guys have been goading Cordell on to get with someone in Casa Amor. They absolutely did. He was absolutely peer pressured. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, he's the youngest. So, there is some influence there, but he's still an adult. Solus said, hey, Star fam, they thought Soul Ties was crazy. Casa Amor took it to a whole nother level. Leo from last season said, word of advice, don't do what I did in Casa. Clearly, no one listened. Ciao. Sarah said, Rob has absolutely checked out of the season. Production is only keeping him around for movie night to expose his lies. His eyes look dead. Yeah, I think he really wanted Andrea to stay because I think that was somebody he was really attracted to. And nobody has since come into the villa that he's been attracted to like that. So he's just checked out. He's trying to force something with Liv, but we don't believe it. Eva says, Serena played in Cordell's face and now he's about to take it to hell. I told you he was entering his villain era. I didn't know it was going to be this diabolical. Megan said, Kendall and Nicole seem like the most solid couple, but I'm not sure they have the fan base to win. They absolutely don't. Indigo said, I don't know why Kayla is crying this much over Aaron. She's from a small town in Pennsylvania. This is like the best that she thinks that she can do. Carrie said, I knew Kendall was insecure and now I know why, but at least he finally had his glow up. Yeah. Sarah said, also, he acted like he cheated and felt so guilty only to take that L. Oh my God, she's 27. No, sir. Stop the theatrics. Alicia said, do you have a favorite couple? Anybody linked up with Janae? I'm riding with her till the wheels fall off. But my favorite couple, to be honest with you, up until now was Cordell and Serena. I literally, these last 2 episodes, and then the third one, I was like, oh my God, I really did like a 180 on this couple. And I really, really like them, especially with Serena just opening up and being honest now about her feelings with Cordell. I was really rooting for them, but now I'm just like, I don't think that's going to happen. Christina said Kendall was egging everyone on while he's playing it safe. And that's exactly what he's doing. Spency said the funniest part to me is Kendall confirming he is black and a girl. I think they both shocked each other. They were like, oh, child, thank God for being identifiably black. I don't have to tell nobody nothing. Carrie said, Daya is coming on too strong. It gives disingenuous. I wish they didn't let the new people or bombshells watch with us. But that's a part of the game. That's a part of the game. They know who to go for. Ryan said, I really don't like how Daya was digging at Serena. I'm tired of this. Let's save him rhetoric when it comes to Cordell just because he's not buff, and has curly hair. Aaliyah said, I like Kendall and Nicole. I actually don't because I don't think that Kendall likes Nicole. Kendall is playing the game. And I think Nicole is starting to fall for Kendall. Poor thing. Shy says Kendall instigating is crazy. Daya is clout chasing hard. Absolutely. Since we're talking about it, guys, let's get into it. So I binged the last 3 episodes last night, and I am just OMG. So I was trying to get some tea on Nigel because I saw on Reddit that he was like gaslighting his ex. Who became his ex when he got casted on this show. And I was trying to get them for this review, but by the time I went back, they deleted them. So all I have to say is I think they deleted them because they couldn't be verified or something like that. And that's fine because, Reddit is the source for the tea. If they remove the tea, I'm like, okay, then I don't believe the tea as much. But I will say when I was reading those texts, I was just like, I'm not surprised. Like Nigel gives off this kind of cold like I remember I even said it in my review. I was like, Nigel just seems very cold. So I'm like, you have to cast somebody who is warm and bright, especially when they're a bombshell, because they have to attract people. And it was like with Liv, she was trying so hard to try to make something work with him, and he was cold and nasty. So I'm not shocked about those alleged texts. So what is starting to break my heart is that the boys have finally broke down our girl, Olivia. They've broken her down. She's cried her last tear about not being desirable. And now she is playing into the hands of the boys on this show because Rob all of a sudden is like, Rob and Aaron are team Olivia now. And all of a sudden she's super sexy. And because they're commenting about how she's the hottest girl in the villa, all of the guys who worship Rob are now falling in line and agreeing with him. And now Rob is suddenly attracted to Olivia. He goes as far to tell her that if she acted the way that she is acting now when they first met, things in the villa would have been different. And the thing that broke my heart is that Liv ate it up. So I know they broke her. Because old Liv, Miss Sheila, would have never ate that. She would have never went up for that. But Liv laughed and she did the little, coy girl thing that she never does. And I'm like, they broke her. They got to our poor Liv. The guys have officially broken her. And now she's trying to entertain this idea of her and Rob being a couple. I hope she's just playing into the game, like wanting to win and not really falling for him, because he is obviously playing you, because Rob has no other lifeline to stay on this show. But I hate the fact that they broke our girl. They got to her. Cassidy, I really liked her. Here is why. She was not wrapped up in Rob's mess. Like, he got on her nerves and he ignored her. She did not like him. If we're keeping it, but Cassidy did not like Rob, but she didn't really make any connections with anybody else, like any of the other guys. So she kind of felt stuck in the relationship or the coupling with him, but she didn't like him. She did not like his humor. She even tried to talk to him about how he treated her, but Rob is just like so checked out and just so nasty now. And I realized that the reason why Rob is treating Cassidy and every other girl like this is because his perfect match in the house was Leah. See, Rob likes a girl with a little bit of crazy, right? Because he's out of his mind. So he likes a girl that got the same kind of unhinged toxicity that he has, but enough where it's not too much that it'll dominate him, but he can still overpower the toxic female partner in the relationship. And he had that with Leah. It was exciting and it was fun for him to twist her mind around and play this little cat and mouse game with her. But then he gets somebody like Cassidy, who is used to being pursued and, just used to really being adored, and he can't enjoy it. Even when he had Andrea, she was a baddie, but she was a baddie who was just like all about him. He needs to be worshipped. And if he's not being worshipped, he's not interested. And Cassidy didn't give that to him. So all of a sudden he was checked out and he started treating her so nasty. And even when she's trying to let him know that she doesn't like how he treats her, he doubles down on it because he realizes he cannot control her. But now all of a sudden he's into Liv because he absolutely was able to break her. And it makes me sick to my stomach. That's another thing. Like, everybody's just like, oh, when Liv finds out what the guys did, and I'm just like, I don't know if that Liv is here anymore. I do not know. I think Aaron and Rob broke her. Now, this might bring her, Casa Amor might bring her back, but I'm not sure. I am not sure. The Leonators, they are not playing. Leah, I did not think that she would win this show until now, because for America to vote, the Leonators to vote that her and Miguel are the most compatible couple in the house, there's no way. There's no way they honestly believe that. Now, either Leah has a lot of fans out there, or her rich Calabasas daddy is buying some bots and, rigging the game. But that gagged me. I was like, Leah and Miguel are the most compatible couple in the house. Since when? Are y'all watching this show? It got to be bots. It has to be bots. There is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And it's right here. Baby, we got to talk about it. But anyway, I was just really gagged by that. I was just like, how are we saying that Leah and Miguel, who literally just got together an episode ago, and are not really spending time like that? So how are they the most compatible couple unless they are rigging this game? Is this? Hold on. Well, let me try to do that again. Where the hell is it? It's not on the desktop? Wait a minute. I can't find it. I just literally put it up here. I'm trying to find this picture. I think I'm going to have to move on from it because I can't find it. Oh, here it is. 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 Yeah, we have to talk about this because I was just like, what What am I seeing? Am I not like I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. And I'm just like, no way. No way this is actually happening. And no way they are showing this on TV. Absolutely not. Did you guys see this? No way. No way. What if this is true? Why would they do that? Like, and like the sheets are down. Like it's y'all been coupled up for like 2 days. That's crazy. Have we ever seen Leah and Rob like that? What is going on? That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. And I hope that that isn't what it looks like. Because it was very intense. Y'all too big for this. Y'all too big for this on national TV. That's crazy. That's crazy. Where are the parents? Fathers in the home. Fathers in the home. I was like, nah, it can't be. Now I'm afraid about Casa Amor. Now I'm afraid about Casa Amor. So let's get into the craziest elimination we've ever seen. So Nigel, Liv, and Nigel and Liv and Rob and Cassidy are the least compatible couples. The Leonators put Rob in the bottom. The Leonators put Rob in the bottom. They are not playing about their girl. So these are the bottom two couples. The bottom two couples, because everybody else was voted most compatible. I think Serena and Cordell were second. Yikes. No, Janae and Kitty were second, but the Janaeanators, they made sure that happened. They were just voting for her, not for Kenny. But then third was Serena and Cordell. Then it was Aaron and Kaylor. No, I think it was Aaron and Kaylor and then Cordell and Serena. Either way, they're all saved. And this is the twist, right? These couples, Leah, Liv and Nigel and Rob and Cassidy are in the bottom. And the twist is they are not going to vote quietly and then have some representative say who's going to be voted out, because Serena already let Cordell know. Serena was just like, the guys are going to have to vote out a girl, and if y'all voting out a girl, it is not going to be Liv. She said, make sure you tell the boys that. See, Serena is in charge of the girls and at home, right? She's in charge of the girls and she's in charge of Cordell. I thought it was Olivia, but I found out these last 3 episodes who really is in charge of the girls, and it is Miss Serena, and she's also in charge of Cordell, allegedly. I don't know if she still got the claws in them like we thought. So anyway, she's telling Cordell how it's going to go down. And I think because of the pull that Serena has, I think that's why the boys don't like her like that, because I feel like they're going to do to her what they did to Liv, but I don't think that they can break Serena. So anyway, Serena's telling Cordell how he's going to vote, because everybody thinks that the vote is going to be the way it used to be before, which is where everybody comes together. The guys come together and they vote for a girl, and the girls come together and they vote for a guy. And the Love Island producers, these messy producers who are going to get an Emmy, they said, no, we're not going to do it this way. You all have to line up behind the Islander that you want to stay on the show. Everybody was gagged. I was just like, I think that is a fun twist, but I'm like, guys, I don't know why y'all was so gagged like that, because either way, you guys were going to have to vote for somebody. Like there was going to be a vote, right? But now I guess because their vote is now firmly out there on who stands with who, and that was a little, scary for everybody. But I want to say this. I feel really bad for the bombshells that came in. Nigel, not so much. But I do feel bad for Cassidy. Here is why. Cassidy didn't get a fair share. The bombshells, if we keep it about the bombshells that just came in, did not get a fair share of this season or this experience, because they literally were there for 48 hours and then it was an elimination. I think, and I have to be honest with you, I think they brought in the bombshells right before Casa Amor, because if not, Janae would have been eliminated. I think the bombshells came in, or Kenny, the guy bombshells, were sent in to save Janae. And here is why. Janae and Leah are really popular. This show is Janae and Leah's show. Everybody else is very interesting. There are couplings that are very interesting. But if we're counting up the numbers and we're counting up who was tuning in for who, the majority of people tuning in for this show are tuning in for Janae and Leah. I think, like I said, I think this whole cast is going to have the popularity of Love Island UK season 5, the season 5 cast. But I think Leah, if she's not already in the millions, she will be in the millions, and so will Janae at this point. I think coming out, they're probably the both of them will probably be at 3 or 2 million. Like, these girls, those two women are very popular for this show, and I think the producers know if they lost Janae, that they were going to lose a lot of viewership. So they brought in the bombshells to save Janae. And I think they did the same thing with Leah, because at the end of the day, this is their show. So it sucks for Cassidy. Here's why. Everybody starts standing behind, the girls all start standing behind Liv, which was very obvious, right? Nobody stood behind Cassidy. Only Kenny stood behind Nigel, because that's his boy and he's a fellow bombshell. And I understand it. But all the rest of the men stood behind Rob, right? So it just sucked. And it especially sucked for Cassidy because she had no one. Not one girl stood behind her. And I was just like, one girl should have at least gave her a sympathy stand behind, right? And she wanted that from Leah. Because when she got eliminated, when her and Nigel got eliminated, she sat down with Leah and she was just like, I thought you would have had my back because I've had your back in here. And Leah was just like, girl, I'm wearing Olivia's clothes. How am I going to say I want her to go home and I got her stuff on? But I feel like if Leah would have stood behind Cassidy, Olivia would have understood, just so she would not feel so left out like that, because that girl, her feelings were hurt. You like literally watching her as every woman stood behind Olivia, her neck and chest got bright red as every girl walked up to her and said, sorry, girl, and stood behind Olivia. I feel really bad for her because she got cheated out of the experience. She got Rob, who was checked out, and then she gets eliminated like this. And it just sucks, because watching it, I'm just like, they literally brought in these bombshells to save Janae. And I am okay with that because I love Janae. So, I don't feel too bad, but I do feel a little bit bad for Cassidy because that was a rough elimination. So, Cassidy, Nigel eliminated. Rob and Liv stays. Everybody has like a couple of hours of being like, oh, my relationship is so strong. We're in such a good place. Leah and Miguel bump genitalia. Everybody is saying they're loving it. Aaron is sitting down with Kayla and he's saying, oh, I'm not saying that I love you, but I'm getting close. Like, I have a really strong like for you. Kayla breaks down and she's just like, oh my God. I was feeling that way too. Oh, I'm a little happy. So everybody is in love. Everybody is, starting to find their person. Rob and Olivia are talking and, things are happening. And as soon as things start happening and all the guys are making eggs and making their avocado toast for their girls and talking about how they're all getting the love, and how Cordell saying he can't wait to leave here with Serena, they get a text. They're literally sitting in the kitchen talking about how amazing their relationships are and how happy they are with the women that they have picked. All the guys get a text, and it's for Casa Amor. Oh, they go nuts. The boys go nuts because, it's going to be a freak fest for them. So they're all going crazy, right? So they get the text to get ready for Casa Amor. The boys are going crazy. Then they get another text that says, oh, but if you have a strong connection and you don't want to go, you don't have to go to Casa Amor. And Rob is like, yeah, we shouldn't go. Let me tell you why Rob is acting the way that he's acting. This entire episode, right? The last 3, right? Rob is now acting like the good guy, right? He's telling the guys, oh, we shouldn't go to Casa Amor. Why wouldn't you want to go to Casa Amor? You and Liv haven't really established anything. At Casa Amor, he's telling the guys to remember their connections and, telling Aaron to chill out and like acting like he's this supporter of the women. The reason why Rob is doing that is because this is the first time he's ever been up for elimination. So he's realizing that whatever he did with Leah turned off the audience. So now Rob is trying his best to look like this good guy, but he doesn't realize we can already see him because that little stunt, no, we shouldn't go. We shouldn't go to Casa Amor. You would have never said that had you not been in the bottom a day before, right? Had you not been up for elimination. So we see you, Rob. You don't got to act like this. We already clocked your tea. We already know who you are. So Rob says we shouldn't go. And Cordell is like, hold on. Hold on. Let's go test our connections and see if these connections are what we thought they were. So I'm like, yeah, Cordell needs to have fun. I've been saying it this whole time. I said he needs somebody who will appreciate him or somebody that will make Serena realize what she had with Cordell. I absolutely regret saying that. I absolutely regret saying that because Cordell is having too much fun. So all the guys decide that they're going to go. Miguel ran so fast to their rooms to pack. I ain't never seen that boy move like that. He was so excited. And then we have like this clip of the guys getting ready, rolling out their luggage, jumping, screaming. I'm like, y'all were just in the kitchen talking about how amazing the girls are. Now y'all are jumping up and down for Casa Amor. So the guys, they pack their bags and they leave and they go over to Casa Amor. The girls have no idea what happened because I guess production kept them separate. So while they're getting all dressed up because they think they're going to go down there and flirt and lay around with their men, Ariana shows up in this beautiful bedazzled rainbow dress. I'm telling you, she has looked stunning every time she's walked into that villa. Work. What a blessing it is for her to, this is her first season that she's hosted of Love Island USA, and it is the best season of Love Island USA. No weapon formed against that woman shall prosper. My God, today. So she comes in and she's just like, so today's Casa Amor. And they're like, oh my God. And she's just like, the guys had to make a decision on if they were going to stay here and be with you guys or go to Casa Amor. And they all chose to go. And everybody, and then she went down the line and let everybody know. And Serena was just like, you know, if Cordell does anything that I do not approve of in Casa Amor, y'all not going to like the Serena y'all about to get. And I know when she said that line, the producers probably jumped up and started screaming at the top of their lungs, hallelujah, we got our Emmy. Because Serena, especially at movie night, is going to turn that villa upside down. That you think they're getting big views now? My God, today. Serena going to give them a show. So anyway, all the girls, Liv is just like, okay, it makes sense or whatever. Janae is like, I don't care. My girl just wants to win. My girl just wants to win. She realizes that she's doing well. She just wants to stay in the good graces of the fans. She don't care. Janae could be coupled up with a hockey stick. She will still act like she sees a connection because she knows she's either going to be number one or number two. So anyway, the girls are like, okay, it is what it is. Kayla has a mini breakdown because she likes Aaron more than he likes her. Dare I say she's in love with him. I think he tolerates her for the show. So Ariana lets them know that, you know, the guys are coming in for them. Then we cut back over and we see the guys at Casa Amor and they're getting ready. They're excited. Miguel is so excited. He's dropped his accent. Have y'all noticed that? Miguel has like this Black American Southern accent now in Casa Amor. He's like, oh, I can't wait for the girls to get here. I'm like, who is this? Who is this? Is not Miguel. He's a totally different person. So the girls, the bombshells arrive. Let me tell you something. These producers thought about every moment because they literally found every woman that matches the man's interests. Like they literally built them temptations and sent them into the villa. First bombshell we are going to start off with is Destiny. Gorgeous girl. She had her eyes on Rob, but Rob is trying to win. So he was checked out of her. Rob was not participating in any other mess. because he's trying to win. He gotta fool them Leonators. If he's smart, he try to get back with Leah. She's available. Zaya, I hope I'm saying her name right. Keep it buck, Ashanti's tether. She has been sent into the villa for Cordell. As soon as I saw her, I said yes, because this is the thing. We talked about this before. You are not going to tempt Cordell with anything else but a black woman. Cordell's type is black. Okay. There was no other way you want to turn his head if it wasn't a sister. They knew exactly what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. Then you got Daniela, the Latina princess. Who's she for? Of course, Aaron. Of course, Aaron, because they saw how he lit up for Andrea. So they knew. They knew what she liked. They knew what he liked. Then we have Sid. I think Sid was also sent for Rob, but Rob is just, he wasn't into it. He was not into it. I don't think Destiny was sent for Rob. I think Sydney was sent for Rob, but Rob he's just not interested. And keep a buck, none of the men were interested in Sydney. I was like, ooh, the blonde not getting play. Times is changing. Then we have Sierra, the DJ, who I think was also sent for Cordell in case he didn't like Zaya. But oddly enough, Kendall is feeling her. Kendall, who we discovered this episode, is black. I'm not one to question nobody's ethnicity, but I feel like Kendall is lying. Here's why I think that Kendall is lying. Because when he sat down with Sierra, he said that he's 6'1" and that he's black. Neither one of those are true. Neither one of those are true. No way are you 6'1", and no way is there any African in that bloodline. I don't believe it. No. Black? Are you black like Tyler? Because something ain't connecting. Because when they both said that they were black, they both shocked each other. Something is up. Something is up. But Kendall is interested. Kendall is interested in another ambiguous person on the island. And then we have Catherine, who isn't doing well. None of the guys are really interested in her. I thought that Kendall would have been into her, but he's into Sierra the DJ. 6'1", he's a damn lie. So anyway, the bombshells come in, right? Daya, she goes straight for Cordell. Let me tell you something. She is absolutely Prince Hakeem's first fiance. When she meets Cordell, she tells him nothing about herself. Everything about Cordell, she likes. Everything is just like, what do you like to eat? Whatever it is you like, Cordell. What movies do you watch? Whatever it is you watch, Cordell. Where do you want to go? Wherever you want to go, Cordell. Where do you want to sleep? Wherever you want to sleep, Cordell. Whatever he wants, she agrees to. She is on a mission to the point where I was just like, I'm so happy that Cordell is getting like the attention that he wanted from Serena. But like within a couple of seconds of meeting her, I'm just like, this ain't it. This ain't the attention I want, because it's so forced. I don't really think that she's interested in him. And some of you have found her, stalking his brother's page. And I'm not shocked by that, if that is proven to be true, because it's like she had no personality and her personality was whatever Cordell wanted. Now, Cordell didn't pick up on this. He's 21. He's not going to. He's 21. He's not going to. He is finally getting attention from someone. And I told you guys he was going to enter into his villain era. And the reason why I said that was because after that dance challenge where he was dancing by himself, waiting for Serena to be there, he's up on the balcony. Serena's over on the side. What? We said that we was open. I don't know why he acting like that. He's up on the balcony, drowning them wine coolers. And he's just like, wow, I feel stupid. I look dumb. And the guys are rubbing his back, encouraging him. He's just like, she played me. I look so stupid. And the guys are like, I told you, you shouldn't have stood there either. So they're feeding into his head. His ego is bruised. I knew that he would end up here. I didn't know that it would go so bad, so fast. This is actually very shocking. So she's following Cordell around the villa like a freshly adopted puppy. Wherever he goes, she goes. He can't have 5 minutes to himself because she is right there with him, trying to stick her tongue down his throat, trying to sit on top of him, to the point where I'm like, girl, stand up. Let's have some self-respect. I know you have a goal, but you are being filmed on national TV. You got to think about yourself. She's trying to secure this bag. I get it, but also realize how you are coming off on TV. We have learned nothing about her. We know absolutely nothing about her because she has made her personality and her mission Cordell. When she walks into that villa, yikes. I feel like even if Cordell doesn't want her, I feel like the producers are going to tell him, you got to walk in with her. Even if you're not going to choose her, you got to walk in with her. Because Serena is going to set that villa on fire. Whoo! Girl, you better lay down that wig. You better lay down that wig. Serena is going to go crazy. So she is following Cordell around like a puppy. I hate the fact that the guys are encouraging it, right? The guys are, Cordell is saying, oh, I'm going to have boundaries. I'm not going to sleep in the same bed with her. I want to do all these things. And the guys are like, no, don't do that. This is Casa Amor. Have fun. Like encouraging him. And again, I hate the fact that he listened to them, but he's the youngest guy in the house. You know what I mean? I think Jalen is now, but I don't know if he's going to come back to the villa. But he's the youngest guy in the house right now. They treat him like a little brother. Like right before they left, Miguel was picking Cordell up, making sure he looked, cute in the mirror before he met the ladies of Casa Amor. Like they're his little brother, and he is listening to this poor advice from guys that are peer pressuring him to be a dog to Serena because they don't like the fact that she set boundaries. Listen, I'll give it to my girl Serena. Let me bring her up, because I did a total 180 on her in the last 2 episodes. Here's why. She explained herself very clearly about how she felt about Cordell. She was very clear, and she had never been this clear before. She said, I'm glad that I gave myself time to get to know him, because now I realize that I really like him and I want to clip things off with him. I want to, take this the next step forward because I really do like him and I really do enjoy, spending my time with him. And I will say, I enjoy watching them. Like they seem very compatible. They have a good time. Every time you see these two, they're laughing and they're all hugged up on each other. So it does seem like a healthy relationship that moved a healthy pace. The only reason why Serena's standards for how this relationship moved seemed abnormal is because it's in this reality TV show bubble where couples have an expiration date. So she kind of needed to get to where she is now a bit quicker to establish a relationship before Casa Amor, because I feel like if they were closed off, I'm not sure if Cordell would have been like this. He could have, but I'm just saying, I feel like they had so many bumps in the road where he felt rejected by her, and then he's being encouraged by these terrible men to treat her terribly, because that's what they do. They treat the women in the house terribly, and Cordell was making them look bad by the way he was allowing Serena to lead with how she felt about this relationship and move at her pace. She wasn't leading the relationship, but he allowed her to lead within her pace and comfortability, which is very normal. But that was not happening in any other relationship. And if any other woman tried it, they would be chastised by the men. But that wasn't the thing with Cordell and Serena. He allowed her to move at her pace. He respected her boundaries, and he did what she desired. And it looked bad on the guys because they were not doing that. So I feel like there was also a lot of jealousy in how this relationship progressed, because Cordell was the only guy who was allowing the woman to set boundaries and be comfortable in the relationship. Because if you even look at the relationship with Rob and Leah, he would always chastise her if she didn't want to do something. And guilt trip her, like what's happening with Liv, guilt trip her and make her feel bad for setting boundaries, moving at a pace that she's comfortable with, break her down to tears, to now when the boys say jump, she says how high. Serena's the only one that doesn't do that, and Janae's the only one that doesn't do that. So it's not shocking that the men wanted these two women out of the house. It's not shocking that the men didn't want to save Janae. It's not shocking that the men are encouraging Cordell to get away from Serena, who is just like Janae, who is a woman who sets her boundaries and has her standards. And when they are not met, move on. The guys are like, we can't have women like this in the villa because they're at the place where they have controlled the women who are perceived to be very strong women. Leah and Olivia. Kayla, no shade, was never considered strong, right? But Leah and Liv were absolutely considered the strong girls, and they were absolutely broken down by the men in the house. And the women left standing are Serena and Janae. And those are the women that men have been trying to get out of the house. So with Serena, I was really able to do a 180 with her because she articulated her feelings clearly, and I understood her now, right? And I understood why she wanted to close off the relationship. But in saying that, I don't feel bad for feeling like Cordell should have moved on because Serena broke up with him, right? She said she didn't like him. There wasn't anything there. She wasn't feeling him. He seemed rehearsed. He seemed corny. He was just giving a friend vibe for her, so she wanted to be friends. Then when Nicole started paying attention to Cordell, all of a sudden she liked him again. So I don't know if she was playing cat and mouse, but there were times where she did not want to be with him. And then there were times that she decided to be with him again. And when the time she decided she did not want to be with him, he closed off. And then when she decided, he opened up, but he wanted to stay open because she hurt him. And then the dancing challenge happened again, and he felt rejected by her again. And then you have Serena talking to any other guy that comes in the house after telling Cordell that she wants something with him and wants to keep things going. Listen, I'm glad that she moved at her pace. I'm glad that she set boundaries. For me, she wasn't clear until this episode where she finally expressed this is how she felt about him and this is how she was moving with him. Before that, it was very hot and cold. I like him. I don't like him. I like him. I don't like him. I don't like him, but now somebody else likes him, so I can see what they see, so let me get back over here. I wouldn't want that done to her, right? So of course I wouldn't want it done to Cordell, but she got me. She reeled me back in, especially when she was talking to Liv and started breaking down crying about Casa Amor. And she was just like, I don't want to look foolish. I don't want to look foolish. And I think she was feeling that way because she took some time to get to the point that she is now with Cordell. And I think that she feels like she's probably too late. I'm hoping that what the show is alluding to that happened between Cordell and Daya, Ashanti's Teller, I'm hoping that didn't happen. And I'm hoping that this relationship can be salvaged, because if it can be salvaged, these two are going to win. They might not be one, they probably will be two, but I think that Cordell has a lot of fans as well. Not so much now, but if this is able to be salvaged, I see these two being in the top 3. So then we have Daniela, picked solely for Aaron. As soon as Aaron hears that she's Puerto Rican, he loses his mind. He loses his mind. He no longer speaks English. He's all about the Spanish. That's all he's speaking to her. I don't think that Daniela is into him. I think that when Daniela gets into the village, she's probably going to go for Miguel or somebody else, right? But I think when we get to Casa Amor, the men are so stupid. They never realize that the women will tell them whatever they need to hear just to get into the villa. And then they go after the guy that they really like. The men too, but I feel like the women can see who's playing who, right? The men can never catch on. Especially if the girl is hot, the man can never catch on, because Aaron cannot see that Daniela is not into him. She just wants to get into the villa. She is not into him at all. And she was even talking to the girls about how fast Aaron was moving with her. Like in bed, she was just like, Aaron, it's day 1 and you're trying to get in my pants. I'm like, he's trying to do what? He's kissing her, sucking on her, kissing and sucking on her outside of challenges, saying that he really likes her. And honestly, I think this is his type. I think if Aaron gets with any woman that is not Latina, it's not going to work, because that's what he desires. Probably because his he matured when he was probably living in, I think, one of them Latin nations he was living in. I think that that's his formidable years were around that. So I think that really those time the times when he was a younger guy living in Latin America, I think that really formed his attraction, right? So I think that that will always be his type, and he will always revert back to that. I think he's tolerating Kayla because she is the first person. She's the OG, right? The OG of the cast that came into the home. But I think that at his core, the woman that he is attracted to is a Latina woman. I think if Kayla was Salvadorian, he'd be all into her. But, you know, she's a white girl from Pennsylvania. That's not his thing. That's not his thing. I think the way he is kissing and sucking on Daniela, I think he's going to bring her back to the home. If Rob gets in his ear, he won't. But I think he really likes Daniela. I really, really do. And Rob is, you know, he's constantly going over to Aaron, right? Constantly going over to Aaron and telling him to chill out, calm down. You're going to hurt Kayla. I think he's doing two things. Rob is protecting himself because he wants to look like a good guy. And two, he's protecting his friend and letting his friend know, if you bring Daniela back, you've lost the game. There's no way that you are going to win if you bring Daniela back. But Aaron really likes Daniela. So I'm not sure. The 50-50 chance that she's coming back. Sid, no shade. Nobody's into her. Gorgeous girl, but nobody's into her. Nobody is into her. Sierra, Kendall is into her. And Miguel is out of control in Casa Amor. He is out of control. He's so good. Guys, I never knew that Miguel had this much teeth. He's smiling so hard, grinning like a Cheshire cat. Ear to ear, he's so happy. He no longer has a British accent. He is now Miguel from Atlanta. He is jumping around, skipping around the villa, kicking his feet up. He's so happy. He's so happy. He sees Sierra and he loses it. Guys, Miguel was playing the game the entire time until he got to Casa Amor because Sierra is his actual type. Sierra is his actual type. He is clocked in on her, but Kendall is also clocked in on her. But Kendall is not going to do anything, right? For two reasons. One, Kendall is playing the game. And he realizes that he's going, because he was saved, he's going to fare better in this competition with Nicole than if he picks anybody else at Casa Amor. So he's, you know, he's talking to people. He's having a good time. He's only participating in the challenges, but he's not talking to any other woman outside of the challenges. And the conversations that he has with Sierra is very surface, very, very surface, because he's playing the game. And also because Kendall is one of the girls. Kendall is one of the girls. He's sitting back, collecting all the tea, because I'm telling you, as soon as Kendall gets in that villa, he is dropping off his luggage, running to Soul Ties, turning around and saying, girls, meet me in Soul Ties because I got the tea. He is going to drop every morsel of tea he has. He's letting the girls know. And I'm telling you, that villa is going to turn upside down. The men are going to turn against Kendall, but it's going to be his most popular night. He is going to tell the girls everything. Oh, that's going to be a messy episode when he gets back in the villa, because Kendall not doing nothing. He's like, oh my God. Wow. Do you see that? Look at him. Look at Cordell. Look at Cordell. Like, he's having a good time. He's having a good, just collecting the tea, because when he gets back in that villa, he's downloading all the mess, every hookup, every conversation. He is downloading everything to the girls. Oh, Rob is going to have a field day with you, Miss Kendall. Oh, you are a gossiping baddie. My God, today. So that's why he's not doing anything. He's playing the game and he's getting the tea. He is getting the tea. That's why he's keeping his hands clean. The only time he's ever got messy is when he was encouraging Cordell. So I hope that Cordell don't expose him to Serena and say that he was encouraging him to cheat. Because if that's the case, Serena coming at your neck. And the girls are not going to go against Serena to favor you. So, Kendall, stay safe out there, baby. But I can't wait. I can't wait for Kendall to give the tea. Catherine, she don't have nobody. Poor thing. They're not interested in her. But those are the bombshells for the guys. Now let's get into the bombshells for the girls. This is why this show is so messy, because the producers knew that the men are easier to flip. Any Casa Amor, any producer doing Casa Amor knows that it's easier for the guys to flip, right? Even when you get like the hottest bombshells for Love Island for the women, they don't flip. They don't turn on those men. They run back to their raggedy looking men and they send them Casa Amor boys packing. So they knew that they had to get the right kind of women that would turn the heads of the guys. And they just gave the women anything because they knew that they weren't going to flip. So the first guy we have is Ignacio. He's a cutie. I will say this season has a lot of international bombshells and contestants. I'm like, is this Love Island All-Stars or Games? Like, this is supposed to be Love Island USA. We got all these international contestants. Do we have any Americans on Love Island UK? Do we have any Americans on Love Island South Africa? I didn't know there was a Love Island South Africa until recently. I can't wait to find that and watch that. But like, no shade, but it's a lot of integration on our show. Let's do the same. Send some American girls to Love Island UK and let them turn that up. Let them turn that up. Let's see how that goes. Send some American girls to Love Island Australia. Let it be fair. Let it be fair. So anyway, he's a sweetie, but I don't think anybody's really into him. Kayla is trying to act like she's into him because, you know, after they played those games, which with the Battle of the Villas, and Kayla realized that Aaron was kicking her behind in all the challenges, she's like, oh, F these guys. Because her and Serena spent the whole time in Casa Amor thus far crying over the men. Then when she played that game against Aaron and she saw that he was winning, she was like, oh, F them. They're having a good time. We need to have a good time. Let me go and talk to Ignacio. She sits down with him and starts talking about Aaron. Girl, you're going. Girl, you're going. You're going. He's a sweetie. I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's coming back to the villa. Leah is not going to move on from Miguel because after her and Miguel smashed, she's clocked in on Miguel. Not realizing that Miguel is not clocked in on her. Miguel's bringing back Sierra. But sweet guy, but he's not coming back. Jalen, sweet guy, he's not coming back to the villa. George, Mario Lopez, handsome, not coming back. Not coming back. The only guys that I think may come back are Jacoby and Josiah. And these may be two guys that are for Janae. I thought it would have been Josiah, but after Josiah revealed to Janae that he was cheating on two women at the same time, Janae was like, he's cute, but that's a huge red flag. And Jacoby is all about Janae. Again, I don't think she's interested in him. Janae just wants to win. So if anything, I think Jacoby may be the safer choice for her, and I think he may come back. I don't think she's going to bring back Josiah, even if he is good at sucking fingers. I was like, oh, we are trying to win. This show is so nasty. I would be on any other reality TV show but Love Island. This show is STD hell. But yeah, I think Janae is going to bring back Jacoby. I think this is the only guy coming back to the villa. I think all of the girls except for Sid and Catherine are coming back, and it's going to be a blood bath. Anyway, that's all I had to say about this last 3 Love Island episodes. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into the comments, which are a lot. Mama! Ma! Can you turn on the air? Thank you. LA is so damn hot. Oh, it's not hotter than Atlanta, so let me not complain. Let me take down Catherine. Where's that picture? Sorry, Catherine. Gorgeous girl. Maybe you go to Love Island All-Stars, but you are not coming back to the villa. As you guys know, I'm going to start with some older comments and then I'm going to work my way down as fast as I can. Daya Ashanti's Tether. That's her name. That's her name. Um, Sarah said, I'm sorry, but him having to ghost 1,000 girls because of your brother, but you can't tell this. You can't tell this thirsty broad only wants what this thirsty broad wants in the villa. Also, she was on OBJ's Insta like heavy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you can't spot a groupie. Like, what are you talking about, Cordell? What are you talking about? And this is the thing. And I think this is actually worse. I think he absolutely knows that Ashanti's Tether is a groupie, but because Serena hurt him, he wants to hurt her. I think this is get back. I don't even think he likes her like that. He's not pursuing her. She's pursuing him. Ashanti's Tether is following him wherever he goes. He ain't made her anything for breakfast. He don't bring her no drinks. She's bringing him breakfast. She's bringing him drinks. She's rubbing his feet. She's putting her genitals on a platter for him. He's not doing anything. I don't think he likes her, but I think he wants to bring her back to hurt Serena because she hurt him. And although I didn't like how Serena treated him at times, I don't like this. And this is the same thing that Kendall is doing, and I don't like it. He's doing the same thing to Nicole. I don't like it. Her setting boundaries is not rejecting you, right? Now, Serena did say she didn't want to be with him, right? But then she came back and said she does, and you accept it. You accept it. So why continue a relationship with her if you just want to be petty and harm her? That's not good. That's not good for you as a person. That's not good for Serena. And it's terrible if you think you want to win this show. It's not going to happen if you do that. And that's why I think he's doing it. I don't think he likes Ashanti's Tether. I think he's only entertaining her to hurt Serena. And that's worse, in my opinion. Indigo said, Cordell confirmed to me, you are the friends you keep. He's so close with the F boys, now turned into one hanging with the boys at the house. Absolutely. Absolutely. You are your friends. Let me tell you something. I don't care how down bad I am for a guy. If he has a terrible friend group, I'm out. I'm out. You mean to tell me all of them are garbage but you? You're the goody two shoes in the group? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know what happens when y'all go to the DR. I'm okay. I'm okay. Spency said the producers let the girlies talk about how much they are sprung and then brought Casa Amor. Diabolical. Emmys. Spency said Nigel's comments toward Liv was disgusting. Like, girl, why do you have an attitude? Yeah, he's not. I don't know if he's a nice. I won't say that he's not a nice person. He wasn't nice to the women on this show, especially Olivia. He just wasn't nice. It was a bad look for him. Sarah said they definitely broke Liv. Absolutely. I hope Rob's deads her hopes up immediately when he gets back because that potential is gone. Yeah, they broke her. They broke her. She does. That was brutal. That was brutal to watch. Even more brutal to experience. Poor thing. Love Like You Are said, I felt so bad for Cassidy when the elimination happened. Like no one stood behind her. And she just had to sit there and take it. That was embarrassing. Hey, Irene. Thank you for being here. He doesn't. He just relies on being like some upper middle class white boy. Some privilege. You know what he gives me? He gives me finance bro. Oh, definitely a finance bro. Spency said, I felt bad for Cassidy, but the way she came at Leah was doing a lot. Well, this to me, when she did that, this let me know that they had a much deeper friendship than I thought. I never even saw them really talking like that. I saw her giving her advice about Rob, but I didn't really see anything other than that. So I didn't know that they were that close that she felt like Leah should have stood behind her. But I agree with Leah. Leah was like, I have a better relationship with Liv and I'm wearing her clothes. Like it would have been, it just wouldn't have looked good, but I wish somebody would have stood behind her. Olivia said, I love hearing your opinions, Nikki. I'm always like, wow, that's actually so real and true. Oh my God. Thank you, Olivia. Are you Miss Sheila, Olivia? E for Empathy said, I do not understand how Rob is still here other than producer involvement. He gives me the icks and irks my nerves. Listen, if he don't link up with Olivia, he may be gone. Indigo Girl said, Leah and Miguel is a match made in hell. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But they're a better match than her and Rob. Love Like You Are said, Leah got Bravo stands and the Swifties in her fan club. I think a lot of them are bots. Yes, thank you, Catherine. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Eva said they just want Leah to stay because Miguel don't like her like that. Miguel doesn't. He met his type in the villa, Sierra. Spency said, Miguel is such a loser. People really love Leah. It's wild. I'm telling you guys, Leah's a rich kid. She got bots. I think she does have fans, but I think a lot is bots. Olivia said, to be honest, I voted for Leah and Miguel after that kiss. It was the most passionate tea I've seen the whole show. Were they just kissing? Because it was intense. Carrie said, it was in no particular order. I do not think they was the most compatible. Oh, she did say that. You're right. Nori's note said, Leah knows what she is matched with too. She kept being like, no, he is definitely cutting up at the Casa. Yeah, she did say that. She was just like, I can't believe I'm sitting over here thinking about him, and I know he's having a ball in Casa Amor. And you should too. You should too. But the girls never have fun. The girls never have fun, and the girls never play the game like the men. And it's so sad. I was like, what is that? Is there always sex on Love Island? I feel like the only time I've seen two people get it on was Molly May and Tommy. That was the only time because they showed like Molly's legs going crazy. And I was like, oh my God, UK, hold on. But now I'm like, is this like our first American sex scene? That was intense. And it looked uncomfortable. If we're keeping it up, it looked uncomfortable and uncoordinated. Like, y'all need a rhythm. Natalie said, unpopular opinion, but I don't think Serena likes Cordell like that. She changed her whole attitude after Moira's comments on After the Sun. What was that? Tell me about it. I don't watch After the Sun. Guys, you know, I watch the show and that's it. I don't do anything else after that. Y'all bring me all that tea. Spency said, yeah, that was so out of pocket. Leah really likes him, which is weird. It hasn't been that long. Sarah said, Miguel is all sexual, though. You can tell, especially in Casa. Sierra was telling him she likes when people ask her things, and Miguel responds, want to sleep in my bed? He's such a horn dog. Love Like You Are said, Rob is not attracted to her sexually, so I don't think he would be near her like that. Who? Olivia? Or Destiny? Love Like You Are said, oh, people have done worse. Oh, really? I only know about Molly May and Tommy. Shy said they showed Leo Love Island season 5 getting it in big time. It was in the Casa. Really? Who is Leo? Love Island UK season 5. I can't believe people are having sex on TV like that. That's crazy. Who is Leo in Casa Amor? Oh, I don't remember him at all. Love Island UK, love a biracial. Miss Brown Sugar said, how I got my notifications on YouTube open and they still didn't tell me this live started. They be doing me dirty. They be doing me dirty. Indigo Girl said, Love Island proved they get down. The last episode was intense. Oh, they're working on that Emmy. If they don't get it, I'd be gagged. Miss Pershing said, to me, when Cordell went wrong, is saying boldly that he won't, yes, because it would be disrespectful. And then doing the exact opposite and more. That's going to make for a savage movie night montage. Absolutely. Because I think two things are happening here. I think he's doing it to hurt Serena, right? And he's also doing it to prove to the guys that he's not a coward, right? That he can stand up, because the guys are, even before they got to Casa Amor, were just like, you got to leave her. He's like, no. And they're telling him that she's making him look dumb, right? And so I think he's also performing for the men, but also performing for movie night because he wants to hurt Serena. And I can't rock with him on that. EG97 said, am I the only one who thinks Kendall and Janae would be really cute if he actually dated black women? Girl, we just found out Kendall was black. I'm like, no, you are not Fred Savage. Stop lying. Stop lying. Sarah said, this OG cast more than ever are keeping each other and riding hard for each other, which is going to be crazy when the guys bring back almost every woman out of Casa Amor. Love Like You Are said, they so lucky the producers didn't say whoever you stood behind is now eliminated. Oh, just terrible. That's terrible. I did feel bad for Nigel in that moment because he thought that like at least they were coming over to stand behind him. You come over, dap him up, and go stand behind Rob. You should have just stood behind Rob. Don't make this boy think that it's gonna be like a tight vote. It wasn't tight at all. Olivia said, you're so right. They definitely did put the bombshells in to save Janae, but this might be the first season where I've seen them try to keep a dark-skinned girl, so I'll take it. Yeah, she's popular. Oh, Janae is popular. He did. He absolutely did. I'm telling you, the reason why Aaron is still in the villa is because of Kaylor, and he's about to ruin it. He's about to ruin it. I'm telling you, I think the next eliminations will be Aaron and Rob. The next guys to go, Aaron and Rob. I absolutely think they're the next guys to go. Because wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be something if they make the girls choose right after Casa Amor? Child, if the girls get a power of elimination, child. Olivia said, oh, we got that one. We were just talking about that. I would go as far to say this is the only reason why Miguel came on Love Island for Casa Amor. He's a totally different person. Guys, Miguel does not have an accent in Casa Amor. He's no longer British. He's Black American. I'm so confused. The accent is gone. He was out the door, kicking his feet, running and scooting across the villa, and then ran down socks. This was the best thing that ever happened to him. He absolutely is. He absolutely is. Teresa said, I dated a narcissistic demon that looked and acted like Rob. The season is so triggering. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to you and any woman that has dated a Rob. Oh, listen, they won't be able to pull him out of the casa. They will not be able to do it. Miguel is sucking and licking on every woman in that villa. He is, horrible. Nori's note said, Kenny talking about he needs to spread his wings had me cackling. Who is Kenny? Kendall? Who the hell is Kenny? Something was off. I'm like, he doesn't have an accent anymore. Oh, the girls are a 10. They're all 10s. What? Where is the Harry Potter? What's going on? Spencer said, I hope they give the girls a preview of what's happening in Casa before movie night. Yeah, I hope so too. Love Like You Are, said Miguel. What? Oh, my neighbor's kid is crying. I'm trying to keep it down. Love Like You Are said Miguel was using 5 different accents, American, British, North. He was so excited. I was like, Miguel, who is this guy? Ryan said, I feel for Kaylor. I used to fall hard for men at 22 too. You couldn't tell me I wasn't in love. Yeah, it happens. Poor thing. But lucky for us, it didn't happen on reality TV. Aaliyah said, I swear when he first came in, he had a New York accent. He just switches it up. And then he switched to British. He switches it up. M said, did you clock Kenny saying that he's not sure of any other girls? Oh, Kenny. I totally forgot about him. Did you clock Kenny saying that he's not sure if any other girl would match Janae's warmth? I thought that was cute. I thought that was cute too, but I also feel like Kenny knows that Janae is winning. So it's his best bet to stick with her. The boys play the game. The women do not. Thank God for Janae. Thank God for Janae. She's the only one clocking in. CJ said, I hope Serena doesn't give them that because she is a black woman and we all know how that goes. Unfortunately, I think she is because I think she now likes Cordell more than he likes her. Kayla said, and we're going to protect her. So they better not try it. We're going to protect her. Kayla said, I don't watch this perfect show, but I needed a little entertainment as I packed very last minute for my trip tomorrow morning. I know that's right. Have fun. And binge watch this show. It's so good. Teresa G said, how old is Ashanti's tether? People are calling her a cougar. I think she's like 27. I think they're calling her a cougar because Cordell is 21. Sarah said, Ashanti's tether has been lurking on OBJ's likes, so I don't trust her. Listen, women like that, get the guy. Get the guy. Unfortunately, like women like that, the ones who are a blank canvas until their man crafts them a personality. A lot of guys like that. Carrie said they said Aaron had been looking at some of Daniela's pictures before. I heard that from Jamie. Really? How so? Really? He looks like he has a black parent. I feel like he has a black dad and a white mom. Two black parents gagged me. Gagged me. Sarah said, when he said black, I thought he was saying monoracial black. He could be biracial. Sarah said, Aaron loves using that little Spanish on girls, and I always notice how they clam up. He loves that. That's his thing. Yeah. He definitely gives, I have a white mom. And if she's not white, she's a paper bag test black mom. A paper bag test black mom. A D1 athlete black football mama. Child. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Swiftly. Listen, Kendall is good TV. Kendall's going to have a rough time in the villa because he's a gossiper. He's a gossiper. He cannot not spill tea. He can't. And he's going to tell the ladies everything that happened in the villa, and the boys are going to crucify him. He's going to have a rough time. He's going to have a rough time. That boy ain't grow. He's still 5'1". Definitely Dominican. Definitely giving I know black eye Dominican. Definitely. One way or the other. She's getting in that villa and she is getting to Odell Beckham Jr. one way or the other. One way or the other. She said, my last name is going to be Beckham by hook or crook. I'm getting in that bloodline somehow. Olivia said, I don't even care if Ashanti's tether is a clout chaser because it's not like Cordell is on reality TV for no reason. Absolutely. Cordell wants to be an actor. That's why he's there. That's why. He wants to be an actor, a comedic actor. He wants to be like in Friday, the next Friday. That's what he wants to do. He's absolutely using this show for that. He's going about it poorly. But that's what he wants to do. Sarah said she mimics Cordell. She is too agreeable. I thought Cordell would clock it because of women pursuing him for his brother, but I guess not. I think he sees it. He just wants to piss off Janae. Aaliyah said Serena. He wants to piss off Serena. Aaliyah said Serena honestly did do him dirty with the dancing thing, but she still doesn't deserve his constant behavior. I absolutely agree. I don't agree with everything that she's done, but I don't think that there's anything that she has done that deserves this. She don't deserve that. Rachel said maybe Aaron didn't go for Sydney because she's also Kayla's archetype, which isn't even his preference in the first place. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree, Rachel. He does. He definitely gives mindless behavior. Ryan said, I just hate hypocrisy. Yes, explore your options, but he's being disrespectful as hell, especially after Serena finally opened up and is now proving that she was right. Yep. Yep. Um, Brown Girl 44 said Ashanti's tether is pretty and that is all. I'm embarrassed for her. There is zero chance Cordell picks her in the end. This is the thing. Her and the other girls, they did not make themselves likable at all because they're all talking bad on Serena, who they don't realize that we all have now gotten behind and are protecting. And now we don't like them because you're sitting there discussing her. You know, Ashanti's tether is telling Cordell, you deserve somebody who will treat you right. You don't know the whole story. You haven't seen every conversation. And even if I do agree with you, I don't like your tone. And then the girls are just like, yeah, I'm so happy for Cordell. He needs somebody like you, somebody who will really appreciate him. Now I don't like y'all. Now I don't like y'all because I'm a rock for Serena because I don't like this. Y'all already coming in the villa being very messy. Y'all already coming in the villa being very male centered, and we don't do that over here. We don't do that over here. So I want all of y'all eliminated. I don't like the bombshells. I don't like them. I do not like them. Maureen said, and now Cordell looks like a weak man who cannot stand by his word. Kendall is pushing for the win. Yeah, if Cordell, if he actually, because the previews alluded, tried to make it seem like, you know, Ashanti's tether was hopping on Cordell's beam. That's what it looked like. If that's the case, he blew it. If that's the case, he blew it. He blew it. And now he's made Serena the star that he once was. Men are not smart. Men are not smart. Christina said, I think Serena is now checking for Cordell because no one else has expressed interest in her and needs to couple up with a sure bet to stay on the show. Maybe, but I think she's really starting to like him. Love Like You Are said, if Cordell does anything sexual with her, he has to bring her to the villa regardless. Well, the way it looked, and I'm telling you, the thing that was so scary to me was that Cordell was like just laying there in the bed. And that from that little clip, she just jumps on top of him and starts gyrating. And I'm like, this is too desperate. This is weird. Like, let us root for you. That's the thing. This is absolutely Friendship Island. The bombshells are going about it the wrong way. You are not an OG Love Islander. You're a bombshell. You have to be liked by everyone. Y'all not watching the show enough because Andrea was just liked by the guys. She was not liked by the girls. That's why she's not here anymore. And y'all coming in thinking that these men that was slutting y'all out at Casa Amor is going to ride for y'all, especially if Rob ain't picked none of y'all. You're about to get a rude awakening. Them girls are going to chew y'all up and spit y'all out, and you know what? You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. Ryan said, last time I would defend a man. Me too. I was like, oh my God. Oh, but this always happens to me. I got to stop. LOL. Plus, this is very much 22-year-old behavior. Yeah, it is. Just not smart. They absolutely were. They did not like how Serena was leading out and Cordell was respecting it. Because if any other woman lets the guys know that she does not like something, they berate them, they reduce them to tears, and then they reject them so that they can fall in line. Look what they did to Olivia. Look what they did to Leah. Leah in the confessional calling herself crazy, saying she's toxic and she's a dummy after having a conversation with Rob. Ciao. She did. Remember, she didn't like him. She said she wanted to just be friends. Then Nicole came in and was just like, she likes him. Now Serena all of a sudden started to like her. That's when I clocked her. I was like, I don't like that, Serena. Now you didn't want him. Now somebody else wants him. Now you're interested. But the reason why I worked out for Serena is because there was no other black bombshell that. If it was a black bombshell, Serena would have been eliminated. Serena would have been eliminated. Maureen said K and S were one of the stronger. Cordell and Serena were one of the stronger couples, and Kendall pushed this to break it up for the win. You think so? Oh, I hope Kendall is not that diabolical. Cordell said, Spitzy said, Cordell is definitely proving her right. I get he went to Casa to explore, but having sex is taking it too far. I hope it's not sex. I hope he stops her and just like, let's just go to sleep. But this is the thing. She does not, she has not known Cordell a long time. Like, you like, even if she normally has sex this early with men that she just met, don't do it on TV. Have some coof. Have some coof. Miss Brown Sugar said exactly. The issue wasn't Serena being a slow burn. It was that her words and actions were inconsistent until recently. Absolutely agree. Sarah said you can tell Daniela has the ick so bad. She does not like him. She is waiting to get into that villa. I'm telling you, as soon as she get into that villa, she's going to want to pull Miguel for a chat. Also, the bombshells were getting on my nerves because they were going around saying all the guys are fit. Please, Love Island USA, stop trying to incorporate British lingo into this American show. They sound dumb. They sound dumb, and they're not comfortable saying this British lingo. How I know is because they all pause before they say it. The girls are like, "Oh my God, do you believe it? All the guys, they look so fit. It's not normal. They don't talk like that. It's weird. Stop. Oh, your fannies were fluttering. Stop that. We don't talk like that. That's weird. It's weird. Stop trying to incorporate it. I don't know why y'all are trying to DEI. Love Island USA. Let's stop that. Let's keep this American. I sound like a white supremacist. I sound like a Trumper. But I don't like it. I don't like it. African American vernacular or nothing else. Maybe give me some Malibu's Most Wanted stuff, tubular, something. But the guys are so fit that you sound dumb. It only makes sense in that accent. It does not make sense in an American accent. Stop it. I get the ick when they do that mess. Oh, he was in Spain. Aaron was in Spain. Thank you, Teresa. Not even a full 2 days. These guys don't like these girls. They do not like these girls. Not even a full 2 days. And Aaron is draw humping. That girl was like, he was all over me trying to get into my pants on day one. He never liked Kaylor. I hate to say it. He never liked her. Poor thing. I hope she cries for one whole day, and then I hope she goes into revenge mode. Miss Brown Sugar said, Aaron surprised me because I thought he was playing the game smarter, but I never thought he was serious about Kaylor. See, this is the thing. He was. Aaron was playing the game, and then like Miguel, his type walked into Casa Amor. He couldn't resist because that's a girl he really would go for, not Kaylor. He messed up. The show got him. They sent temptation and he took it. He was so happy. I'm telling you, it was like Christmas Day for him. Miguel, it was Christmas Day, and he was opening up gifts that he had prayed to Santa for. He literally got everything that he wanted. He was so excited. Yeah, he did. In an American accent. Casa Amor is Casa Amorin, bro. Who is this guy? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But Rob is going to get him together when he tell their business. Just know that. Jess John said, I think Leah Miguel bumped uglies, and that is why she is so sprung after being with him barely a day. I think so, too. It was so awkward. What an awkward intercourse session. Just, not coordinated at all. Scary, even. Spitzy said Kendall is instigating everything and it'll help him win. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to win first place. Kendall's going to be in the top 3 with Nicole, but he's not getting that number 1 spot. That number 1 spot is for Leah or Janae. Kendall is one of the girls. I'm telling you, there's so much tea that Kendall knows. All he's waiting is for somebody to piss him off. If anybody in that villa pisses Kendall off, he lighten them up. Sarah said Nicole is playing it the same way. She will talk to a tattoo guy, but she says she's missing Kendall. Game players, those two. Absolutely. And listen, why not? Clock in. The only other person that's clocked in is Janae. Aaron was clocked in. He clocked out. But this is the thing. This is another reason why Aaron messed himself up. Because he did not have to initiate that conversation with Kayla. To sit there and tell that girl that you have a strong like for her that can move into love, only to go and embarrass her at Casa Amor, you messed yourself up. You should have never had that conversation. You should have never had that conversation. Now, she's sitting with this conversation because you know that she likes you more than you like her. You don't even like her. So she's now deeply invested in you. And when you come back with Daniela, or when movie night happens, or when Kendall blows up your spot, she's going to crumble and you are going to be eliminated. He was playing the game up until then. They absolutely could win. Like Amber. That guy, that bombshell that got with Amber, the only reason why he won was because he was with Amber. And that's what's going to happen with Kenny. If Janae sticks with him, they're going to win. They're going to win. Kendall's a game player. I hope this show has a reunion because Kendall is a game player. Oh, he's egging everybody on. Yeah, because they want to keep her. They want to keep Janae on the show. She's good TV. Like how they fought for Rob to say, how they made Ariana say, "I don't want you to leave." They're fighting for Janae. Leah, Rob, and Janae. Now that Rob has fallen out of the good graces of the fans, they don't care if he stays. But Janae and Leah, they're not letting him leave. Love Like You Are said they did the same with Love Island UK. They sent an African uncle for the black girl and she was turned off. Yeah, because I think Jacoby is more into her, or if he's playing the game, he's playing it, right? And, you know, I think that'll be a better fit than her and Kenny, but it's all up to Janae. We will see. Natalie said Leah knows Miguel is having the time of his life in Casa. She might bring someone just in case. Or if she does bring someone, she'll probably, bring him back for Liv. Because she doesn't want Rob to stay either. That's the thing. If any of the girls bring a guy back, Rob is done. M said, I think Janae knows that these Casa guys are desperate to get back into the villa, and she knows that she will be in danger. But listen, she had them both coming. They're bringing her drinks. They're bringing her breakfast. Janae was a hot commodity. Because this is the thing. They get to watch the show. So they know who's hot property. And Janae is hot property. Connor didn't get the memo, but the other bombshells did. Eva said, I really think Kayla and Aaron smashed in the shower because she said if Aaron takes a shower with I forgot about that. That makes sense because I'm like, why would you say that? Why would you say if he takes a shower? Child, they in there getting down. They in there getting down. Just John just said, I watch Love Island Australia. On that show, Olivia would run it. They are obsessed with blondes of any kind. Personality doesn't matter. She came to the U.S. expecting her Aussie privilege to carry over. No, that's what I think. I think Olivia is realizing that, yes, you have to be a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman, but you also have to be submissive. Like, the blonde hair is not enough, honey. You got to be submissive if you want to, go far in America. And I think that reality has just broken her down. M said Janae has learned from Connor and also the voting. So I think she'll go back to Kenny. We'll see. Either way, she's winning. One the mill 87 said, can Mama Star come on for an episode? I want to hear her commentary. I'll see if I can get her on here. I'll see. She did watch the last few episodes with me. I'll see if I can get her on for Thursday's episode. Miss Brown Sugar said, I had the same thought. Sarah Cordell already mentioned how she's putting the pressure on Hart. He's got to know something's off. I'm telling you, I think he does. He just wants to hurt Serena. He wants to do a get back. That's one thing. Men are very petty. They love a get back. They love getting their lick back. I think that's what he's doing. No way he doesn't know what Ashanti's tether is doing. That's the thing. I think it'll be over for the both of them. Cordell, you messed up, man. You messed up. M said, that scared me. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Thank you, Stephanie, for the Cash App. That scared the living daylights out of me. Thank you. I was like, ooh. My phone lit up. Oh, I forgot to. Ciao.
Rolling in dough.
I'm rolling in dough. Is that my cancel colorism shirt?
No, sorry.
Strawberry soda. Bath and Body Works. Sponsor me. He did. He messed it up. Cordell was going to win. Cordell was going to be where Kendall and Nicole are going to be. He ruined it. Jeremiah said we need to go braid Cordell's hair again. Why is he pissing me off? That's what somebody on Twitter said. This girl was like, put the braids back in. This is not Cordell. Braid his hair again, please. He unbraided that hair and he became Samson. OMG, put the hair back in braids. It's definitely bots. It's definitely bots. Rob said, Miss Brown Sugar said, Rob doesn't appeal to me, but we've heard more than one woman say that they are drawn to Rob's D-bag behavior. They all want to crack the code when there really isn't one. He's just a jerk. Yeah, he's a finance bro. Finance bro. Spency said, from what I understand, Love Island contestants used to have sex on the show in the earlier seasons. No couth. No couth. Listen, you could be a hoe anytime on national TV. Absolutely not. I won't be having evidence of my hoism. Absolutely not. Robin Rose said, my daughter thinks Aaron is just colonizing. He won't bring our Puerto Rican sister into the villa. Listen, the thing about it is he might as well. He might as well, because he's done. Oh, Aaron is done. He's done. He is done. Oh, Love Island USA. Oh, also there has been sex on Love Island USA. Oh, I didn't know we were getting down like that. Not us. Natalie said, after the Sun, the panel expressed how disappointed they were when she left him on the dance floor. Yeah, that was bad for her. That was bad for her. He made it worse. Like, Cordell single-handedly killed the competition for himself and made, like, Serena the star that he once was. Because I'm telling you, on Twitter, everybody was just like, oh, no. Serena didn't deserve this. And everybody was also saying this. At first, I didn't like what Serena did to Cordell, but then he's gone too far. So everybody's just like, I didn't agree with Serena's behavior, but Cordell, he took it to hell. He took it to hell. He has to, Maureen. He has to make it to movie night. Miss Brown Sugar said, I always knew Kendall was black, maybe black and something else. That's what I think. But the melanin had to come from somewhere. That's what I think. Because this is the thing. I feel like, I don't know why either one of them said that they were black. I feel like these are mixed race people. Look at me, sounding like the UK. Mixed race. I just would never expect for him to say black. I'm black. Really, Kendall? Really? Maureen said, I think Cordell could be the next to go with Aaron, and that is why Kendall was pushing them. Listen, Kendall's playing the game. Can't get mad at him. Can't get mad at him. Natalie said, did you see the Connor interview? They asked him about his micro. I didn't see the other part. I have to watch that other part. I thought that was a good interview. Just Jonathan said, I love Temptation Island. It was pure evil every single second. And I ride in the darkness with them. That was a good show. Let me get a couple more and then let y'all get out of here. It was, listen, the way those boys were so happy to be leaving. I'm like, everybody was playing like they liked the girls. This was horrible. I'm telling you, everybody on Twitter and TikTok is having a meltdown. They are so disappointed in the men. They are so disappointed. The guys have really lost any favor that they had. Olivia said, I thought I just wasn't paying attention close enough to Miguel's scenes. I'm glad it's not just me who was confused about the accent. Oh, he keeps on dropping it. Just Yonda said, Connor would never admit microaggression. He's reminding me of the stereotypical old Southern white man who would claim they can never be a racist because they love their mammy. Yeah, the way he treated Janae was just weird. Just weird. Yeah, that's true, Teresa. Not saying the white mamas don't pray, but the way he said it, it sounds more like the mom may be black. Yeah, Carrie said his mama got to be black. That's why he identified that way. We are the culture. Daddy might be something else, though. Now, does his black mama know that her son said on national TV and said that he prefers blondes? He's not talking about Mary J. Blige? Black moms who have like black sons that don't like black women, I don't ever want to know what that life is like. That has to be like excruciating to know that your son don't want nothing to do with anything that looks like you. Like, you don't feel responsible. That'd be so weird. That would be so weird. Like, and it's not like your son fell in love with somebody who just was of a different culture, right? Culture or race. He don't like any woman that has any of your qualities, like any of your like facial description. Like, what is that like? That's crazy. That's crazy. I said I hope to never experience that. I'm never going to experience that. If the Lord bless me with boys, they know what's up. They're not playing with me. They're not playing with me. Miss Brunsugar said, I need y'all to listen to the Casa Blonde girl and tell me she's not auditioning for an improv team. Her voice and mannerisms were so bizarre. I hate to say it, but she was giving coke, y'all. I think that was a turnoff. It was a lot of, I'm like, girl, do we need to get a bump in the bathroom? Something was going on with the jaw. So maybe that's why the guys were not like into her. But it was just weird that the blonde girl couldn't get nobody. Paula girl said, hey, Nikki, this is such an entertaining recap because I don't watch USA Love Island. Just chill and listen. Oh, thank you. And thank you for being here. Carrie said Ashanti's tether came in saying everything that was on social media. Yeah, she watched. She came in being anti-Serena. That's all it is. And as a professional groupie, she knows what to do. Say whatever you want about them groupies. They get the men. Even if it's for a certain amount of time, they get them in. They either trap them with a child or have them pay to send that baby back to glory. They know what to do. Love Like You Are said the Casa girls are being nasty in After Sun. Now I got to watch After Sun. Now I got to light a candle and make sure they get eliminated. Yeah, they're not likable. They're not likable. And I'm telling you, it's going to be, the girls are going to make sure they all go home. Because all the girls like each other. Even when they get into a little beef, they make up, they're sisters. It's a sisterhood. Them Casa Amor girls, child, they're going down. Please like the video, guys. Sarah said Cordell had the Cheez-It sponsorship on lock, and now I want Serena to take it. I don't know if he's going to get anything with this performance. He definitely is not going to get that Fenty hair or a sacred sponsorship. Oh, that's not happening. They're not touching him. Maybe Axe body spray, but that's done. That's done. Carrie said, I honestly think Serena always liked Cordell, but I think she is low-key acting like Kendall. Leave first before they leave you. She really thinks she is going to end up looking stupid. And maybe that's why she was on that floor. Oh, her body was shaking. Guys, I think she really likes him. Her body was shaking and she was in fetal position saying she don't want to look stupid. I was like, oh, little Serena. I felt bad. I think she likes him. I think she likes him. Irene said, replay gang. Casa Amor has been a mess. Can't wait to watch this review. Ciao. Ciao. No, this. No, I did not. I just the lingo. Send the lingo back across the pond. The guys are thick. You dumb. They all look dumb. They all look dumb. Ugh. Oh, it's so gross. It doesn't make sense coming out of our mouths. It just doesn't. I think Casa Amor is like a week, right? Send them boys back. Send them boys back. Carrie said Kaylor was the one that came in talking about how Aaron, I guess, wants to tie her down and she just wants to party. Now look at her. Poor thing. Poor thing. Carrie said Kendall probably preferred black women, but maybe he got treated like he was corny, so he changed his type. Whatever it is, it's just weird. I just feel like it's so weird. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm like, as Black Americans, for your preference to be like white people, no shade to white people, right? Yeah, if you've been here a while, you know what I mean. It's like so weird. Like, I feel like as a black person, to be in a relationship with a white person, there's so much work that you have to do to get to that point. But to come out and say that your preference is like is white people, I feel like something else is happening. I feel like something else is going on for you to be like, I don't like anybody else but white people. It's something happening there. It's something going on. It's something happening here, here, and here. It's just, And it's also like, and again, maybe it's because I'm a Black Philadelphian, but like, as a Black person to like voice that and then like voice it on TV, I'm like, you can go back to your neighborhood talking like this and your family. It's just, that stuff floors me. I know we're all different and we all have different experiences. I'm just saying, as a person who that is not my reality or my experience, I'm always gagged. I have, out of all my Black girlfriends, 2 have white husbands. And when I tell you the work that they had to do to even start entertaining that white boy, because their white husbands pursued them to the point where we were all like, he really likes you. Like, give him a chance. Like, that's not an easy thing to do as a Black person. So it's always so weird to me to like Black people to be like, I don't want nothing else but an oppressor. I need me a colonizer. What? It's so weird. Shout out to the colonizers that are subscribed. I love y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. Listen, Carrie, you want violence. You want violence. My God, today, if everybody comes back, bloodbath. Bloodbath. Oh, she loves Serena and Cordell. She's so disappointed in Cordell. Those 2, that's her couple. She rooting for them. Yeah, he has to come back. We got to, what is it, the braids? Put them braids back in. Put them braids back in. He is not himself with an afro. I can't wait for December. Oh, he's going to be a mess. Cordell is going to be a mess when he realizes everything. He's just, having fun. That's why you can never let men go on a boys' trip. No. Can't go. I'm sorry. Now, there's no, we're doing a bachelor party. No, you guys are going to go to a bar and come home. Absolutely not. You're not going on a boys' trip. No. Y'all cannot handle yourselves. No. Absolutely not happening. Oh, we're going to the Philippines for a week. Well, you better stay. You're not coming back here. Absolutely not. Sarah said on season 2 of Love Island UK, a beauty queen has sex in the hideaway and they revoked that title in under 24 hours. See, she was crying real tears, especially because the guy left her for a mess. Have some goof. I'll let it slide if you're a revolutionary. Use that ambiguity to free us, comrade. Thank you for being here, Maureen. Osikawa, hey, said I don't get the disappointment. Casa is part of the Love Island experience. Almost everyone is going, especially when you have to decide with your boys who you become close to. Yeah, I just feel like the men were on speed. They took it to hell. Kiss, have fun, do a little chatting. These boys are banging. It's been 2 days. Miss Franchica said, for Connor to admit that he was shading Janae because he thought Leah would like it. Weird, right? Which is what I suspected. Says so much about Connor and Leah's character. Nasty. Absolutely. Leah's not a girl's girl, right? She's only a girl's girl when men are done with her. You see how she became all about the girls when Rob threw her away? Other than that, she was always cussing out all the girls. Now Leah is sweet as pie. It's sweet as pie now because why? Olivia is in Rob's favor now. The man that she still wants. If Rob goes to her today, she's falling for it. Probably falling for it immediately. I love like you are. I knew you want to bring that up. That family on TikTok where all the sons, but one got married to a white woman, like not even a person of color, just straight. No, there was one sister in there and one Asian sister, but everybody else was white. Now let me tell you something about that mother. That's what she wants. I think that mother is disappointed that she has a black daughter-in-law and an Asian daughter-in-law. I think she wanted her sons to marry all white women. When you have 8 sons and 6 of them pick white women, that's your choice. The matriarch of the house, the matriarch of that household, of that bloodline, runs it. Every decision that is made in that bloodline is approved by the matriarch, guided, suggested, activated, and approved by the matriarch. She wanted that. Oh, she wanted that. She is probably disappointed that coloreds are in her bloodline. Nah, that was her. That's not them boys. That's their mama. Something. That jaw was going crazy. I've been in LA too long. Crystal said, Rob has done those prank TikToks. I saw it. He is on that level of jerk. Yeah. And this wasn't long ago. They are the worst. It explains so much about him. Yeah. Typical finance bro. I'm telling you. Finance bro. Yeah, but Give Me Shelter, it's so good you're gonna binge it. It's so good. Every episode you're gonna be like, oh my God. Just binge it. You'll be caught up by Thursday. Miss Brown Sugar said, nah, Casa will probably be 3 to 5 nights. We can expect recoupling by Sunday or Monday's episode, probably taped on Friday or Saturday at the latest. Ciao. A bloodbath. True. That happens. It does. I'm only this way because I did not, my school was diverse in high school, but we're Philadelphians. So, have you met Philadelphians from like all different races? Everybody ghetto. You know what I mean? Like there's like it's a predominantly black city. So it's like, Black American culture is like a dominant culture. There's like 2 very dominant cultures and 3 very dominant cultures in Philly. Black American, Italian American, and Irish American. And it's all working class people. So it gets kind of muddled. It wasn't until I got to college when I was like, oh my God, what kind of white people are these? This is different. I'm not used to this. So yeah, it's absolutely probably, his upbringing. It happens. There's nothing wrong with it. Suno Sheik said it's one thing if you date the rainbow, but it's the prep. That's what it is. The preference. I don't understand how you have a preference. right? Like I can understand a preference, like a racial preference. I can understand a preference of, cleanliness. Like I want a guy that bathes. I get that, but it's just like you can't be dark. You can't look like I absolutely have a preference of who I want to like marry and create a family with. But I know that there's attractive people outside of my culture and my race. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, oh, he's not pretty, he's not attractive because he's white. I'm not going to say that. The guy's attractive. I'm saying this for me in my household. I just want something a little different, something a little chopped, But that's just because of safety. If we're keeping it buck, like if the world was different, I don't know what my future will look like. But because the world isn't, I know exactly what my future. I know exactly what my family is going to look like. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would have that preference. This is just like a safety preference. That's why it always baffles me when like there are Black people who choose to be not even like non-Black partners. That happens. I'm like, you are choosing a white partner. Like you went out and sought to have a white partner. You went out and chose, like this was your destiny. You wanted this. You went out to make yourself as a Black person the minority in your own family. What happens if everybody gets mad at you? Like, is it racist? It's just, are you experiencing racial attacks? Like, what is going on? And I only say that because Black people who seek out relationships like that always end up getting like that far right, Proud Boy, Fox TV News white person, and then like they're writing Facebook statuses saying, "Oh my God, they called me the N-word and tried to lynch me," and we're all reading the status like, "Well, what did you?" She been calling you an N-word when y'all were dating. You sought that out. Like you know what? Maybe it's race play. Let's move on. Maybe it's a kink. I don't know. But like, yeah, that's like if your preference is this, something is up. Something is up, especially as someone who was like American because of slavery. Like the history, like what was your grandmother telling you? It's just so weird. Again, I know everybody's not the same. I'm saying for me, it's always so weird to hear like a Black person say that. It's always so weird. But I know those of us exist like that. But it's always like, oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Indigo said, I'm from up north. All my Black male siblings only want to date white as they lay on their Black mama couch in their 40s. All right. But I will say this. I feel like that comes from white women being perceived weak. That's what that is. That's, I think that's because they see how white women are with white men and they think they're going to get the same thing. No, those white women are submissive to those white men because they're at the top of humanity. They get a lot of benefits by submitting to Connor. She's losing a lot submitting to a Jamal. Let's move on. Thank you for tuning into Love Island. Understandable. I get it. Again, I come from a predominantly Black city, so I just have a different perspective. Thank you for sharing yours. Carrie said Rob needs to hook up with. No, he does not. Don't put that on us. Don't. Nope. No. She loved him. She loved them. Carrie said if Cordell doesn't pick Ashanti's tether, Rob or Kendall will with their messy self. Rob's going to do anything to stay. Oh, and Paula Girl said, OMG, you got me on the floor. I'm skedaddled for my hair appointment. Mwah! Thank you for being here. I hope not. I hope Cordell doesn't do it, but never trust a man. Miss Brown Chicken said, I'm glad none of the guys decided to stay, even though the women are all minding their business. Who wants a spy in the mist? True. I kind of thought they would all go. But it was just how excited they were to like get out. I was like, oh my God. Y'all were just talking about how your relationships are progressing and you're so happy where they're at. Carrie said, out of all the guys, who do you believe has the most money? Rob, hands down. Rob, hands down. Absolutely. Solis said, I'm black. Kendall is probably second. Solis said, I'm black, white, and Hispanic. To everyone, I'm black or mixed, and all Hispanics, they think I'm Puerto Rican. I sure did marry a black man, though. Listen, we know. But Kendall, Just John just said Rob 100% gives Shep and Austin from Southern Charm type of privilege. Yep. He would also be besties with Kyle and Craig from Summer House if he could. Absolutely. Absolutely. So it said, even with the preference, though, they don't have a type with their own race, but their kid is still going to come out like both of y'all. And Lord, pray for that child if they come out looking like the culture they want to run away from. Again, that's not about interracial dating or interracial couples in general. It's just about Black people who I'm talking about my people who have a certain kind of preference that is just very odd for how we came to be in America and how we are raised and concerning our history. You would think you would proceed, the Black woman that I know, if they do that, proceed with caution. Nobody is running to that relationship setup, right? You know that it had to be love for even the both of you to pursue this relationship. But then there are some people who are like, no, this is what I want. And I'm like, as a Black American from chattel slavery? Really? Okay, then. Love Like You Are said, want to see this cast on Bravo shows because they are excellent. Janae on Summer House, perhaps. I don't know if they're going to do a Bravo crossover. We're absolutely going to see these people on the challenge. That's going to be fun. I'm going to get 3 more and then we're going to go. Oh, no, not him. He doesn't have money. First, he's lying about Snake Wrangler. He's lying. His parents are wealthy. I'm telling you, I have been around kids like that. Parents are wealthy. Rich people are some of the filthiest people ever. Because they don't have the perception of being dirty like poor people. So they don't have to keep up the cleanliness like we do. That's why poor people, working class people are so clean, especially like immigrants, especially Black Americans, because of the perception that because we have less, we are filthy and dirty. You know what I mean? So that's why we're so, especially Black people, that's why we are so about staying clean because of the stereotypes that are put out there about us. There's no stereotype about rich people being dirty. So he doesn't have to keep that up. Everything goes back to classism and racism. Everything goes back to it. Every Thanksgiving, he deletes his Twitter. Every Thanksgiving, any social media that he has, that boy goes dark. I don't know why he thought to tell that story. They have been clowning that man for a decade at this point. Yeah, he did. He realized it. I'm telling you, if it doesn't work out with Olivia, he is going to all of a sudden start liking Leah again. And Leah is going to eat it up. Sarah said, when every man is borrowing Cordell's spider chain, I don't know. I feel like they all broke. I think Aaron, Rob, and Cordell and Kendall are probably the boys in the villa with the most money. If anything, Kendall probably got the most. Miss Brown Sugar said, I heard a podcaster point out how Love Island USA hasn't opened up the hideaways yet either. So the Islanders all were extra horned up and that raunchy racist was on the, oh my gosh. What's so funny about this season is that they have given us so much. We have so much more to get through. Oh my God. Are we going to survive the rest of this season? Oh, Adriana, thank you for being here. Yeah. Teresa G said there's a lot of men in the South that act like Rob. He gives me Savannah, Georgia, or South Kakalaki. Old money. That's what he gives me. Money aside, ever since y'all started praising anyone over 6 foot. True. That'll be the last one for me because I got to make dinner. I could be on here with you guys forever. Thank you all so much for joining me. I will see you back here again on Thursday for more Casa Amor. My God, today, are we going to survive it? Are we going to survive it? I hope so. Anyway, let me get out of here. Give me about 10 minutes to put in the timestamps for both of my lives. And I will see you all on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. Good night. Good morning. So